Welcome back to the mountains of Papua New Guinea.
In this video, Richard's going to show you around our home here in Telefomin, and there's also a Medevac to a remote village here in Papua New Guinea.
Morning guys, so welcome back to Telefomin. I thought it's about 7 in the morning here, and I just thought this would be a good opportunity to update you. So sorry it's been a while since the last video. Thought we would update you on what we've been doing, and also it's a nice opportunity to walk up to the top of the strip because there's no flying today. So I'm going to put the drone up and show you a little bit of Telefomin from the air, and it's kind of perfect morning for it. Literally there's barely any clouds at all, so we'll be able to see it nicely. So within the last year or so, there's been a lot of change in Telefomin. So Telefomin beforehand didn't actually have a road at all going, so it was very isolated. Whereas in the last year, this road, you can see kind of here, has actually been built and it carries on across down into the lowlands, down to Gubil, and then down to a place called Gubil where it meets the river. So potentially now things can actually be brought up the river on a barge and then be driven up here. The road is just like this, just kind of a gravel road, and it fords a river at a few points, so it's not it's not really a highway, but it really I guess helps the people here. Morning. So along with the change of the road, there's been a big change out in the layout of the of Telefomin itself. This whole area just ahead of us here, it got covered. It's got used to be kind of grass and things like that, and they've flattened it, but actually this is where the market is now. So this is the village market here. It's a little bit early at the moment for people to be here, and also it's actually Easter at the moment, so it might not be on today. Morning. 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 A little bit about Telefomin. Telefomin is we're about 5,000 feet up, and we're in the west of PNG in the mountains. So this valley floor is about 5,000 feet, and then the mountains around us, the ones just up here, are up to about 7,000 or 8,000 feet, and then the highest peaks around here are probably up to about 9, and at the end probably up to about 10 or 11,000, maybe even a little bit higher right at the peak. Temperature wise it's pretty nice. It's often kind of mid-20s in the day, and then it can drop down to kind of 15 degrees overnight, so it's fairly cool for the evenings, which is nice. So they're kind of getting into like almost the main bit of Telefomin station. There's like a little police station over here. There's a bank here they've built. The guys can't get money out here. The next nearest place is Gubil, and as we were saying before, it's about 4 or 5 hour drive. So we're looking at about 10-hour round trip to use an ATM. But if you look ahead over there, you can see there's a couple of plaques, and one of those is kind of dedicated to MAF, because MAF, who we obviously work for, have been morning. MAF, who we work for, have been here since I think the 70s. But I would have to double check on that. For a long time, they've been a big part of the community, and obviously until recently, everything was flown in and out. Morning. I'm getting quite a few strange looks filming this morning. Next, we've got ahead of us is the hospital. This is Telefomin Hospital. So in the West, we wouldn't class it as a hospital. It's got quite a bit of land, but it's very basic. There's no doctors there. They can help people. Morning. They can help ladies with giving birth. But it's much more than that than people need to try to get to Gubil. So we often will do medevacs from here, from this lining area, to go to Gubil, because you just can't get the level of treatment here. Morning. Everyone's very friendly around here. So next we are cutting across to the runway, and then just before the runway there's just something I want to show you guys, which is it's actually a bit of history from Telefomin, which I found pretty fascinating. Okay, so here is a bit of history from Telefomin. It's actually the frame of the glider, or one of the gliders they used to build the runway here. So 1936, there was a Sikorsky amphibian which landed here on a very small strip, which was set up by prospectors. I think 1944, as the war was going on, Australia decided that this would be a good place to be able to land aircraft if needed. And so they actually had these gliders, had engineers glide into the little strip here. They then flattened it, prepared it, and then they had managed to have, I think it was a DC-3, they managed to have a DC-3 land here. And that was the beginning of the kind of Telefomin strip, and in 1943. And then after that, then people moved here, so mainly missionaries, and so there was like a nurse that moved here and helped with the community. And if people are interested in that, we can talk more about that in another episode. But it's pretty fascinating the progression that's gone on, because obviously when they came here in the 20s, technology-wise, would have been very basic. So more like, probably almost more like Stone Age type equipment. So there wouldn't have been, I doubt there would have been metal and things like this. And so you think that it's crazy that in 100 years, or actually less than 100 years, the community has gone from very basic to, there's cars here, we've got aeroplanes. Right, so I think this is probably as good a spot as any. Let me actually, if we head down here, I can actually show you the runway. We're fortunate there's no poisonous snakes around here. They're just more like pythons and bigger constriction type snakes in the bush. So it's fine in this long grass. Right, so just ahead of us here that's the runway, the start of the runway, and then it leads down to Telefomin. Got the crocodile ahead of us in the wall. Down over to the left-hand side, around the corner there, is down towards Furanmin, and then down the other way. So across over, that's into the lowlands, down into the Western Province. So I don't think I explained before, but we do our shopping here. Oh, well, not here, we go to Hagen, which is about an hour and 20 flight away. We fly there, or I fly there, or one of the guys flies us there, and then we have a bit of time there, do our shopping, and then that'll last us for 3 months. We're very fortunate in that there's aircraft coming here most week from Hagen, so we can top up our veg on a bit of a more regular basis, and that's a real big blessing, and that helps a lot. We've recently had another family move here, and they've got a young son, a little bit younger than our kids, but it would be nice to see him grow up, and I'm sure they'll become good friends, so that'd be really nice as well. We're looking forward to that.
You're not flying today?
No, not today. We have the Easter weekend off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so off today, off Saturday, Sunday, and off Monday. So there's aircraft, and then you can hear all the sun getting to the fuel barrels. Obviously, there's no fuel truck here, so we have to. Originally, we actually flew all the fuel barrels up here, but when the road's good enough now and it's not too wet, they drive them up, which is It's a lot easier and obviously a lot less expensive than having to ferry kind of 4 or 5 drums up at a time. Well, that's pretty much the loop of Telefomin there. Well, this part of Telefomin anyway. We've kind of looked at the northwest sector, and this is kind of this almost known as Telefomin station. And then over the other side, probably can't see it from here, we've got the school, so maybe at some point we'll go over and see the school. And at the bottom of the runway, they're building accommodation or something like that for the people building all the roads around here.
Well, good morning. So last night we got informed that there's 2 pregnant ladies in a community nearby called Gubil. So it's only about a 10-minute flight, but if they're healthy, it would take about 2 or 3 days walk to get back to Telefomin to get medical care here. So we're flying out there now. We're going to pick them up and then we'll bring them back here so they can get some help. So we just thought we'd bring you along and you can see what it's like. And you can see the terrain that they've got to cover as well. All right, let's get going. Good morning, 8861, Mike Alpha Juliet taxi. Good morning, Mike Alpha Juliet taxiing Telefomin for amended destination Gubil, not above 8,000 feet, 1 PB. Oh, clear, let's go.
1007, say again amended destination.
Copy 1007 and amended destination Gubil, Mike Alpha Juliet.
Mike Alpha Juliet.
Let's go. Pitching at 57. Power is set, airspeed is alive, TP checked, speed is checked. We're already off. Plus 20.
Mike Alpha Juliet, go ahead.
Mike Alpha Juliet departed, Telefomin time 13, climbing not above 8,000, estimating Gubil time 21.
Alpha Juliet, sorry for the traffic, again Gubil.
Okay, Mike Alpha Juliet. Gubil, wind, we'll see what it's like. It gets, the main thing about Gubil, it's fairly long at 605 meters, but it has a kind of a transverse slope right to left on landing, and it's also basically where multiple valleys join, so it can get, when it's windy, it can get very rough there, and it is a bit windy today, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that. I am light, so that helps, so we'll keep an eye on that wind. Yeah, so there is cloud kind of on top of the strip, but actually the valley leading in is clear, so that is what we want. There's quite a bit of wind around, so we'll tend to take into account of that. And here also, short final, the winds change a lot, so it funnels down the valley, and then just as you come out to short final, it can change a lot and do some funky things. So next thing I want to have a look and just make sure that I can follow that river, and I can go around if I need to. So I can see the river down there. I can see that I can follow it around at the moment if I need to. And then I think I'm going to be able to pop out the other side and then come around up here. So have a look at that. Petitioning that you'd be field onto the left-hand side, so I can have a look at the windsock. Start getting some flaps in. Okay, so windsock is... looks pretty calm actually here. Expecting then for it maybe to be a bit windy as we come down on final, but then for it to drop off. I'm happy I can climb out as well, and there's a nice gap there to climb out and back up into this area, see if I need to go around, and I am light as well, so it gives me a bit more option. Good, right, our brief is complete. We're coming down, we're nearly at circuit altitude now. We're going to position back out down the valley that we came along, and then we can turn at the end, and then we can start descending down, and I can see we come along nicely underneath. Happy with that. Coming out into this fold here. Nice and visual with the train. Okay, we're going to put flaps, full flaps, and start a descent and turn. Okay, and visual with the field. So 2,500 feet is what I want to be. Got a bit of a headwind at the moment. Drop off, happy with the winds. Feel on visual with the field. Profile's looking good. Speed starting to come back. Knots headwind, expecting that just to drop off as we come out, because it's just being channeled at the moment.
500.
Okay, we're on profile. Coming up to our committal point, I'm on profile. Speed is still good. Happy with
minimums.
Yeah, very bumpy. Mosby, 8861, Mike Alpha Juliet landed Gubil, cancel tower watch.
Mike Alpha Juliet, Gubil tower watch terminated.
Oh, got a pig crossing the runway.
So the other day, Richard flew two ladies who were pregnant, having complications to Gubil, and Eloise and Rupert and I are just walking up to the house sick, to the hospital, to check on the ladies and to just see how they are. We go up here about once a week. What are we gonna go and do?
Go to house sick, and we're going to go and give some of the ladies some crackers. We pray for them.
Yeah.
We give them crackers.
Do you like doing that? Yeah? All right, let's go. Ready, Rupert? So we've just got to the hospital. So unfortunately, the two ladies from Gubil have finished here at the hospital, so they're not actually in the maternity ward anymore. But we did get to go and see two other ladies. One lady had her baby today, and another lady has walked all the way from Liptman. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you would like to follow along with us, then please like this video and hit subscribe. Do you guys want to say goodbye to everyone? Can you say bye?
Bye.
Can you wave? Wave.
Bye.